Ugh. I don't want to be frustrated, but I'm frustrated. And it's hard not to be frustrated. And I don't know how. I don't know how to deal with it. I knew losing Mac was going to be hard. Because I knew there was an age difference between us. So I knew eventually that was going to be a reality at some point, is that he was going to pass away. Sorry, I'm going to try to see if I can prop this up because I'm trying to talk and I get movie with my hands sometimes. Anyways, so I don't know if you guys can see me. Hold on. Let's see. That might work better. Don't move. Okay. So Mac and I were 12 years apart. I knew that at some time there was going to come a point that he'd get sick or something and he'd be gone. We joked about it all the time. Of course, it's not something to joke about. But he's like, you're young, you know, I'll probably die when I'm 60 and you're 12 years younger than me. You'll be in your 40s. You'll find somebody. And I was always, that's not funny, you know? But it was just that kind of like banter / sense of humor that we had. But actually losing him sucks. Because and very possibly unhealthily, he was my only person. He was the only person that didn't fuck me over. He's the only person that never stabbed me in the back. He never lied to me. He was the one person I could 100% trust. And if you've ever grown up in a family or a situation where you don't have that and then you get that, it's crazy. I mean, I'm 32 and I can honestly say for the last 6+ years that we were together, there was, trust me, it was the hardest thing. It was one of the things we, like, if anything we ever argue about, it was that, is that I wouldn't let him in. I was always super independent. I didn't want to let him help me, like, because I'm like, in my head, I was like, you're gonna leave me, you're gonna cheat on me, you're going to do something to fuck this up, you know? Even though it could have been me that fucked it up, but, you know, it didn't happen that way, you know? And it was like, he never did that. And it was like, there was a time that probably, like I said, like a good 2 years, I held my breath. Constantly just waiting for him to tell me I wasn't good enough. And he never did, not once. He would tell me sometimes I'd overreact over things, and I mean, I'm a Cancer, I'm a very emotional kind of person sometimes, so it's understandable. But he never, ever did. He never threw, I'm not going to say he never threw anything in my face, because there was things, but like in those heat of the moment arguments that you have, never like, I told him something and he used it against me kind of things. It was never like that. But I was just so used to being screwed over by everybody that, and I've said 100,000 times in these videos, my circle was very small. When Mac passed, a lot of people that I didn't know very well, or people that I thought I knew well, said they'd be there. And I do have to say there's a couple of them I haven't reached out to. So I'm not saying everybody, but of those that I have reached out to, can continuously that they've let me down again. And it's stupid because it's realistically, I don't have a problem being alone. I can sit here alone all day, read a book, paint, draw, do something. Generally, it's creative. I don't know. It's just the way I like to spend my time. But when you sit alone for 72 hours, your head goes a little bonkers. I mean, I'm not saying I'm crazy. It's just like there was probably a good 2 weeks after Mac passed that I was pretty much alone. Every once in a while, the kids would come over, and that was it, you know? Like, I was so used to someone always being there, and I'm not trying to use them for, like, coping mechanisms or anything like that. It's just when you have a family or a circle, you know, and they're always there, and then they're gone, and you reach out and they're not there. And I even have a close friend that I told specifically what my issue was, specifically this last week. We made plans and they canceled on me, and then have ignored my phone calls and my text messages. I'm not a needy person. I do anything for anybody. And it's hard. It's hard when I ask people because I don't like to ask people for help. And realistically, I'm not even asking for help. I'm just asking for a friend. Literally, just a friend. And this is the part where I feel stuck. Because I feel like, I know death changes people, changes things, it changes everything, even though because there was so much change all at once, there is no normalcy for my life anymore. There is nothing that I do now since he's passed. There's more of a normalcy. Like, I get up, go to work. Technically, I get up, wake Katie up, take her to daycare, go to work, come home. She comes home, and generally, I sit in my living room or my house. Like, I don't do much because realistically, I had 5 other people that needed me all the time. I'm a Cancer, and like, I know that sounds, I'm a nurturer. I crave to be needed. Like, it's like a defect. I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I don't know how else to say that. It probably doesn't sound healthy or whatever. I don't know. But it's like, I just want somebody to go shopping with. I can go shopping by myself. I did today. I went shopping the other day and I called a friend because normally Mac was my person. Like, he'd come stand by the dressing room. Ooh, what you doing? You know, just kind of silly and stuff. And so I didn't have somebody to do that. I don't, you know, my 7-year-old thinks everything looks great on me. And realistically, sometimes I shouldn't leave the house. And so she was there and, you know, just kind of really got me hyped up for having just a girl's day. And I know it's so stupid, but I was excited. I need a bra so freaking bad, it's not even funny. But I hate going by myself. I just, you know, specifically because I haven't traveled from my house very far alone ever. Like, I've pretty much always just kind of had somebody with me, so it's weird to go places alone. Like, at first I was doing really good, I thought. No, I was doing doing great. Going out by myself, like, right after everything happened, because part of me didn't have a choice. Like, you have to pay this bill. You have to pay it in person. They don't do online, you know? So I was like, okay. And, you know, I was doing really good. I was going to the movies. I haven't gone to the movies in probably 3 weeks, maybe 4. And I like going to the movies, but I wanted somebody to go with me. I put it all over Facebook. I feel like I'm putting myself out there, obviously, to get hurt, and it sucks because it's like, that's the last thing I feel like I deserve. It just makes me give up on wanting to try anymore. But I don't know if I was talking about this earlier, just thinking it. But I feel like I'm becoming this new person, but with that new person, I'm having to leave pretty much everything. No, literally everything except for my work and my kids. Besides that, everything else I'm leaving in the past. They don't exist anymore. There is nothing there. And so I'm trying to find out who I am as a person, and it's fucking, pardon my language, difficult. Like, because when my kids aren't around, I feel like I'm a different person, because it's like, I don't have my kids. It's like, so what do I do with myself? I wanted to be a mom my whole life. Like, at 15, I literally wrote out my life plan, and I pretty much accomplished everything. I think when I looked at my paper like a year ago, I've accomplished everything that was on my, there was like a class you took in high school. I don't know if they still do it, but you like write a letter to your future self about like your life goals and all these things you want to accomplish. I had accomplished everything on that, including giving birth to my daughter in the same timeline. And I was very descriptive of what my daughter was going to look like. And no joke, I wish I could find the letter. I'll have to see if I can find it. It was like in a box when I was looking at stuff in storage. And it's like super descriptive. And I did everything on my list. And so now it's like, I mean, realistically, I guess I need to make a new list. And so I have goals to shoot towards. But it's weird at the same time because, you know, I was okay with where my life was, you know. I don't want to say I'm not anything special, but it's like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I teach math to 8th graders and sometimes 6th and 7th graders when they need help. I don't stand out. I'm not this like extroverted person. I'm just me. I laugh a lot. Like, anybody that knows me knows I laugh a lot. And it's like nervousness mixed with just me. I've always been kind of a giggly, bubbly person. So, I don't know. It's weird. Different. But, yeah. So, I hate making these videos, especially when I just sit here and cry. But I have to vent to someone. I'm going to counseling. I go to counseling like once a month just because I found a counselor I like, but she's just really limited on her time. I tried to start Grief Share, and the group, they didn't have any people that had lost spouses. They had lost like kids or their parents or a friend or something, and it's like, a loss is a loss, but when you lose your partner, I feel like it's the biggest loss in your life. Not that your kids aren't a big loss. I had a miscarriage in like 2009. I was a big loss. I have had another child since then. I've become a mom, and so not that that other child's life wasn't important, but I'm a mom. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. But with your partner, that's the person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with, you know? They're the person that you do your silly things with. You ask their opinion for everything. You call them at the randomest time because you forgot something at the grocery store, you know? It's like, that's your person. And so to lose your person. Like, the person that sleeps next to you, sits next to you in the car. Like, my front seat is so empty. It's weird. It's become my storage all again, you know, unless my kids come with me. Nobody rides up front. My other daughter is 7, so she's backseat for at least another 7 years. Not really, but so it just sucks because I don't feel like I have anybody to vent to. And I talk to people, and then I often get told, "You're okay, you'll get over it." I hear that a lot. It's like my least favorite of all of the, basically, go fuck yourself, I don't care. I guess that's not really how I feel when people say that to me, but it is what it is. Let's see, let's end this video on a positive note. I did go to the store today. I went to Target. I went and bought some new pants, and they are a size extra large. I don't think I've ever bought an extra large. No, I can honestly tell you, I don't think I've ever bought an extra large. It's weird. I know it's good. It's just weird. So I'm also trying to learn my new body, like, if that even makes sense. But anyways, I made my dinner. I'm gonna go eat my dinner and watch me some Netflix. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.